Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. Just let's wait a little bit to see if someone else joins.
Cool.
I really hate Zoom.
Recording is long.
So let's start. So welcome to the Open Enterprise Agent, soon to be another name, outreach call. As usual, the antitrust policy notice from Hyperledger, and also the reminder to all the participants of this call to adhere to the community members' Hyperledger Code of Conduct. So for today, the agenda is a little bit short. We have a introduction. Let's see if we have new participants in the call. We have Fayad, Benjamin, Bjorn, Gonzalo, Kyle Robinson. Have you been in these calls before?
Hi, I'll go first. My name's Kyle Robinson. I am a senior strategic advisor with the BC government, British Columbia government in Canada. And I just wanted to drop in and see what this is about. I do both stuff on the technical side as well as on the business solution side. And my experience is mostly with Hyperledger Indy, Hyperledger Aries products, so AFJ, now Credo, and then Aries Bifold, and then Hyperledger, Acapi, using solutions with non-creds right now. So
That's awesome.
thank you.
Cool. Who else we have? Benjamin, Bjorn, Gonzalo, John. I think you haven't been here before, or yes?
Hello, everyone. I'm John. I'm a developer. I'm based in Kenya. I'm building a platform based on Natala Prism for education credential issuance and management. And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for joining. We have Newman, who has been here before. Shailesh, we have Todd. I don't remember if Todd is new in the community. So Todd, if you want to introduce yourself.
Oh, sorry, I was muted there.
No worries.
I was saying I did the Pioneer course back in the day. Also did Plutus Pioneer, several courses with Emergo, full stack developer, and looking to see what's happened with Prism and what the future holds.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, today's call is going to be a little bit interesting and a little bit different to our usual community calls. Basically, for the new joiners, this has become an open source thing under Hyperledger. Right now, we are called the Open Enterprise Agent. It is what was formerly known as Atala Prism. So basically, in this transition that we are doing from a closed IOG product, converting on this technology into an open source thing, we are in a process of migrating things, and in part of this transition, There are things related to branding that we are adjusting to reflect the current path that we are following with this project. So normally we have a call that is more technical, is the maintainers call that happens bi-weekly and alternate with this one. During the maintainer calls is more technical. We review a little bit of the roadmap of the upcoming things that are going to be developed, feature updates. We review open issues that have been raised by the community, like bugs, like feedback, that kind of stuff. And it's a little bit more technical oriented. This meeting, like we are having today, we call this the outreach call. Basically, this space is for work with the community to drive engagement and promote use and contributions to the project. This one happens also bi-weekly, and it alternates with the maintenance call. So that's in a nutshell, the purpose of this call. For today, it's going to be a little bit interesting because, as I mentioned, we need to do a work in the branding of the open source project. Right now, it's called Open Enterprise Agent. The problem with that name is that at some point it made sense because we were only thinking about open sourcing one specific component of the Atala Prism platform, that was the cloud agent. Something that is in essence a little bit similar to Akapai. You can see it that way. But later on, we decided to also open source additional components. So in this list of things that are going to be open sourced as well under Hyperledger in the future, there is a lead mediator, there is what we call wallet SDKs that are basically SDKs meant to develop wallets. There is also a cryptographic library, as I understand, that we want to open source. And there are other pieces of technology that we want to move to Hyperledger. So the thing is that now that we plan to move more components, having Open Enterprise Agent as the name of this thing is a little bit of a mouthful and is hard to manage. So that's why we are doing this exercise of renaming, and also because we are now open source, we decided to involve the community in this process. So probably you have seen in the Discord chat that we requested the community to provide some ideas for names. And the idea today is just to vote on those names that are available and get a list of options. So basically, the idea of the names is that they need to be short, less than 8 characters. The idea of it to be short is because the full name of the project is Hyperledger plus the name. So if the name is too big, it will be a little bit hard to manage for marketing purposes. So we put that requirement in the list of names that the community proposed. They need to be less than 8 characters. And the other one is because this project develops in the blockchain industry, we need to be careful with the trademarks. So basically, in the list of names, we need to filter a little bit to check if there is no potential of having trademark problems with another project that already exists. So regarding the name, so basically it's going to be the name of the overall Hyperledger project. So it will be Hyperledger and the name. And this name, it will be like a prefix for all the other components that we will be adding to the Hyperledger. So for example, we are going to have an Hyperledger, whatever the new name is, Cloud Agent, an Hyperledger, whatever the new name is, Mediator, and so on. This will be the way that we will refer to the components of the project. And on the repository, well, basically we'll have this structure. GitHub, we will be on the REPL Ledger organization, and then we are going to have a name of the project with whatever this project is about. So given say that, is there any questions? Is clear?
Just a question, Esteban. I'm looking at the GitHub repo for Prism, well, Open Enterprise Agent. And the architectural diagram shows there's like the Prism node, Prism Cloud Agent, and something called controller. Are those sort of representative of those three things?
So let me see the diagram, because I think it will be easier.
Sure. Thank you.
I am showing the
Yeah,
diagram.
That
yes?
one, that
Okay.
diagram.
So let's see.
So Prism node at the top.
So Prism
right.
node, yes, this is one component. This component is going to be
Is it the
replaced.
VDR?
Yeah, it's what's going to be the PDR.
Okay.
Right now it's called Prism node because of legacy reasons.
Sure.
But yeah, this component is going to be replaced in the future with something that is going to be called whatever name BDR. So
Okay.
pretty much this is the thing that interacts with the blockchains. Prism Cloud Agent is what we are calling right now Open Enterprise Agent. And he has capabilities, the protocols, etc. Controller, where this is basically a business logic. So whoever is implementing a solution with this technology will be the one writing the code of the controller with all the business logic.
Okay, so the controller is not part of the Open
No,
Enterprise
the
Agent
correct.
for this project. Okay.
Mhm.
And then the
Yep.
mediator component, where would that be? Is that part of the cloud agent as well? Or is that a separate component?
The mediator is a separate component. The mediator is mainly required when you have I mean, there is this concept of cloud agents and edge agents. Edge agents basically are cell phones applications, mobile applications. So when you have a mobile application that needs to interact with another thing in the cloud, usually you need some sort of relay. That basically is the mediator. That's the role that this fulfills. And that's why it's there. So yeah, we have our own mediator. There are other mediators in the world, but we have one that we develop.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, any other question?
Yeah, I was just bringing up the diagram and the architecture to look at all of the components. Again, I come from the Hyperledger Akapai world where we have different components that are even named sometimes different things. So,
Yeah. There are some similarities with Akapai, not exactly one-on-one. Also, this diagram is very, very, very high level.
agreed. Yeah.
There are more things in there, but yeah. So continuing with the matter of the name, basically we received quite a few ideas of names. I compiled that in this Excel, and basically I filtered with a preliminary review of the names. Basically, I removed the ones that are too long because we don't want the name to be too big. And also I did a preliminary review of possible trademark problems. And unfortunately, there are a lot that have potential trademark issues. The thing is that in the blockchain industry, it looks like there is always a DEX or a finance thing that already has the nice names. People went crazy naming things, and there are so many projects out there that it's very hard to find something that doesn't has a potential collision with another project that already exists. So basically, in the end, we ended with this list of names that are maybe not going to have trademark issues. This is going to be reviewed as well. But the idea today is basically do a voting on this. Basically, it's going to be a ranked poll. The idea is that you select based on preferences the best 5 names that you like the most. And once we have this list, we are going to go to Hyperledger and present a list of name and try with the first one. And if that doesn't work, with the next one, and if that doesn't work, with the next one. So the idea is to have several options in there to get finally a name for this project. So
The question in the chat asking why can't we just use Prism?
we cannot use Prism because Prism is a trademark of IOG. And because we are doing this open source, basically there is going to be the core technology that is going to be open source, and IOG as a company is going to develop additional products of services under the brand of Prism. So that's why we cannot use the Prism name for the open source project, just for branding problems. Where do I open the chat here?
Thank you. You probably have to get back.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, got it. Is there any other question?
No.
Okay. So let's read very quickly the names that we have. We have this one, cuboid. It says here that the meaning is a cuboid is a type of prism that not only alludes to the origin of a product or project, basically comes from prism, but also entangles the concept of identity within the name. So it's the ID in cuboid. That is one. There is another one, Essentus. It says essential like, highlighting the core of existence and identity. Basically, it's just a name. Exilo fuses exists with ILO, Esperanto word for tool, and means tools for building existence. There is Identus, that means identity and status. Idios or idios, I don't know. That is a Greek word that represents the essence of individuality and privacy. There is Lumina, that is inspired by luminance. This name suggests brightness and innovation, highlighting the product's role in the enlightenment or pioneering new paths. We have Nelios, that is a play on words of new and Helios, or new sun, implying a bright future. Nova Vera, that means something like new truth. We have a poetic. I like this one. That is an acronym of privacy, ownership, existence, transparency, identity, and control. We have refract. That is suggests a new direction or different perspective, playing of the concept of light, bending and changing as it passes through a prism. So it also relates a little bit to the prism origins of the project. Selvera, that blends self with vera, that means truth. And sortal, that is a philosophical term that talks about the nuances of identity, continuity, and transformation. So this is the list of names that we have. What I'm going to do now is share a link with you in the chat. So Then reset this. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a link in the chat. Basically, what you need to do is sort based on your preference. What is the name that you like the most? And then the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. Only the first five names get points. And once you have sorted this according to your preference, then you press the vote button and we will get the results very quickly.
Esteban, once you do share the link, could you share the oh, sorry, I've shared the link. Could you share the explanations again?
Yes.
The Google links.
Let me share the explanations in there. So we have 6 votes so far.
Another 6 to go, and then we should be done.
It's so funny to see how the ranking moves.
Yeah. I actually thought Lumina was going to win.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we have 11 persons now in the call. We have 2 pending to vote. Yaman is abstaining, okay. So I guess there is only
One more.
one more. So if anyone is pending to vote and is still thinking, let us know.
Or if you're abstaining, let us know as well, please.
Yep. Yeah, so basically once the list is ready, I will go to Hyperledger guys and will say, hey, this is the list. Do whatever additional validations you need to do. Basically, the first option is going to be Identus. If for whatever reason this one is not accepted, then we will go with the next one. And if it happens the same, it will be the next one. And I hope that in a list of how many, like 11 names, one of them will be accepted. But hopefully is going to be okay with the first option. Well, I guess whoever is pending to vote is not going to vote. So let's call in 1 minute. Actually, I think that anyone else is voting probably. So let me see. Tayo at the top. Okay, so let's call it done. Let me export the results. Just let me check that the results were exported successfully. Yes. Or actually, it's better to just get a screenshot. Easier. Okay, so I think that's it. It looks like the preferred name is Identus, followed by Lumina, Cuboid, Irios, Refract, Centus, Poetic, Selvera, Exilo, Nelius, Numabera, and Sortal. And basically that gives us a potential name. So basically that sorts out the main activity or topic of today's call. Maybe Fayad, if you want to add something else or ask the community anything else.
Yeah, so I think maybe with the next community outreach call, or maybe once we've added the majority of the components to our IP Ledger, we are planning to run some workshops. So we'll use the outreach call as well to get some insights from you guys and yeah, what kind of workshops you want us to run first. Could it maybe be around the agent? Could it be around the mediator or one of the SDKs? And then we'll go ahead and plan some workshops around that. But yeah, that's about it from my side.
Okay. So let's see, there are some comments in the chat from Kyle. Identus is that it implies and limits a certain use case set, and I believe this technology can do more than identity use cases. Well, yes, maybe. The thing with names is that you can have infinite discussions about name. You will always be unable to find something that completely fits, unless you use a very random word like Android used it to do at some point with naming Android versions like KitKat and uh, things like that that are completely unrelated. But yeah, we will take that in mind. Yeah, see, we can have endless discussions about about identity and and the names. But yeah, we will move forward with this as it is. And I will let you know in the Discord channel what was the outcome of that conversation with Hyperledger. But basically, that's it. Anyone has any additional questions or comments, recommendations, or whatever?
I think that's it. One.
Okay, so well, thank you very much for joining today. I remember we are going to have the maintainer call next week at the same time, and hope to see you there.
Thanks, everyone. That was fun.
Okay, thank you. Bye.